Welcome back to Sports for Real. I'm your host, Coach Hall. For the past few days, I've been doing the overviews of the teams who are participating in the college football playoffs. Started out with the 4th seed, Ohio State. Seemed to be refocused after being demolished by Michigan. 3, TCU. I think, it was a good idea for them to be in the playoffs. They felt like they deserved it. And I gave credit to the NCAA for allowing TCU to be in the playoffs instead of taking the sexy pick Alabama, even though they had 2 losses. The 2nd seed, Michigan. Where would their focus be? And now we're talking about the top seed, Georgia. Georgia's been the number 1 team all year long. They have been destroying teams left and right. They didn't have to play against Alabama, and the defense is just outstanding. Don't seem to be any holes anywhere. So everybody is already assuming that they're going to win the championship. But I'm not ready to crown them just yet. It doesn't matter what you did up to this point. What are you going to do now? And if you've been paying attention, a couple of weeks ago when the selections came out, their coach, Kirby Smart, came out and pretty much said that, he's trying to give his team some additional focus, something that they didn't quite have a year ago. They didn't have that problem. They didn't win the SEC. This year they won it. So what is their motivation? Are they satisfied to be champions? Are they satisfied to get back to the playoffs? Do they think they're superior because they're from the SEC? What take would Georgia have when they step on the playoff field this year? Now, I've been giving Coach Smart a hard time. A lot of people think that I don't like Coach Smart. That's got nothing to do with it. I only had a couple problems with it. Yes, I've called him a chauffeur coach in the past because he'd drive you right up to the championship and drop you right off. But last year he finally broke through. Just like Bill Cowher, he broke through one time. But all they had was that one. So if Smart was to win the championship, then I can never go back and call him a chauffeur coach again. The other problem I had was Smart. He's talking about taking that game with Florida out of Jacksonville. They've been playing for over 100 years, and maybe 9 or 10 times since been playing, the game's been in Jacksonville. They played in Savannah a couple of times. They played in the home stadiums a few times, but the rest of the time they've been right there in Jacksonville. So I just feel like that game belongs in Jacksonville. But as far as being a coach, I never criticized him for being a good coach at all. He does a great job at Georgia, and he keeps building the blocks to make the program better. But the problem he has this year is keeping that team focused, keeping them hungry, because Ohio State, after being destroyed, people look at that and think that's an automatic win. When you get beat pretty bad, you go back to the drawing board. And when you go back to the drawing board, you find things that you might have overlooked when you thought you were better than what you were. Georgia needs to take a look at themselves the same way. But as far as being ready for the game, I think they're going to be fine. And if they are able to jump on Ohio State early, then that might make a difference. But like I said, not so fast. You better be ready to play. Sports for real.